3 years ago, I got these headphones, the ridiculously named Sony WH-1000XM4s, which from here on out, I'll refer to as the XM4s because I did a drama. Crazy name aside, these are great sounding headphones with the superpower of Google Assistant built in. They can read your messages and notifications to you, and you can respond to said messages with your voice, and it will transcribe them to text before sending. Your success rate on this may vary.
It's 3:55 p.m. Messages from Tasha and Uncle Munya. Tasha says, for the why cold sweat smile.
Can you respond to Tasha's WhatsApp message saying, for the why?
Who do you want to message?
Message Tasha.
Do you want to use WhatsApp Messenger or SMS?
Let's use WhatsApp Messenger.
I got to Tasha's WhatsApp message saying for the wife. Ready to send it.
However, I've had very good success with issuing voice commands to control the different noise cancelling modes on these headphones.
Please turn off noise cancelling.
Turning noise cancellation off.
And searching for tracks and playlists on Spotify.
Play Daily Mix 3 on Spotify.
Sure, the Spotify playlist called Daily Mix 3. Here you go.
They have sensors that can detect if you're sitting, walking, or running, or in some mode of transportation, and automatically adjust the noise cancelling to your current activity status, which I feel is very smart. They can also detect when you're speaking and drop mawats on your music or movie at the same time, activate ambient mode to amplify the voice of the person that you're talking to. And if you do a lot of flying, they can detect a public announcement and do the same thing with ambient mode to amplify the announcement so that you don't miss your flight. Honestly, on sound quality, there are a heap of headphones that can match these XM4s. I was genuinely impressed with how the One More Sonoflow and the Anker Soundcore Q60s, in just how close they were to the XM4s, purely on sound. But I think the tech supporting that audio experience is what makes these XM4s special and very expensive. Oh, and I'd like to take this moment to shout out the Sony Headphones app. It's been renamed from Headphones Connect to Sound Connect, a redesign that just puts the stuff we use often on the front and the stuff that we don't use that much in the background. No new features here, just a design refresh. It's also pretty refreshing when my content generates subscribers, so please, if you may, send me some refreshment via the subscribe button. That was a good one. So, what do 3 years or 6,124 listening hours look like regarding wear and tear? Well, stuff is definitely going to fall apart. First off, we got the cushions. They lost that leather looking finish, exposing the bare fabric. Funny thing is, this bare fabric was more comfortable because it was breathable, but it did absorb sweat and ended up smelling funky. The glue holding the inner fabric covering the speakers also went, exposing the foam beneath it which protects the drivers. One of the cups has a sensor whose purpose is to detect if the headphones are worn. If you remove them, whatever it is that you're playing is paused, and after a while flying idle, they will automatically switch off. Good for saving battery and pausing my audiobook for me so I can just resume from where I left off. But over time, sweat and grime accumulated on this sensor, giving it a false reading that the headphones were in use even when they weren't. Removing these cushions gives you excellent access to the sensor for cleaning. Sure enough, a nice wipe got that feature working again. On the physical integrity side of things, I was very impressed with the durability of these headphones. All the hinges, buttons, even the touchpad still work pretty much like they did out of the box, zero faults. That is up until we get to the noise cancelling system, which is the biggest selling point of these headphones. There is a nasty feedback noise that affects the right cup on my unit, a loud and piercing noise that only shows itself in noise cancelling mode. Switch it to ambient mode or switch adaptive sound completely off and the noise disappears. And it gets even worse. For some reason, the sound quality of the headphones is severely degraded when noise cancelling is turned on. It's worse than those earphones ematuma rat notenga kunana boys pakabana. It's so bad that even playing around with the equalizer does nothing to remedy the issue. So I no longer use them in noise cancelling mode. The setting providing the best sound experience now is ambient mode plus some heavy tinkering with the equalizer. It's such a shame because the only way to experience that thunderous bass that I love was to use them in noise cancelling mode, but that is no more. The forums tell me that the issue might be with the mics inside the cups that get affected by moisture and sweat over time, but I haven't seen anyone who's been successful in solving this feedback noise issue. Battery life is still pretty good. We've dropped from the 38 hours out of the box to about 24 hours of continuous listening, which is honestly still plenty for me. Right, rating time for the Sony WH-1000XM4s. Sound quality is great. I am no audiophile, but I will say that they were more than impressive for me, and the clarity of the bass is excellent, 4.5 stars. Comfort is fine. They do a decent job of covering the ears, but the cushions are just not deep enough. So you will at some point feel some ear fatigue on parts of your ear that are pressing against the inner fabric. So 3.5 stars. Build quality and durability are fantastic. 3 years later and all the hinges are still intact, all the buttons work, as well as the touchpad. Only drawback is Sony decided not to provide replacement cushions, which are wear and tear items. So for that, they get just 4 stars. Features are plenty and really high-tech stuff. Google Assistant helps make these headphones an extension of your phone in some useful ways. They're also reliable features, gimmick or not, which were only tarnished by the weird noise-canceling feedback noise that showed itself around 2 years into owning them. 4 stars. Sony made a solid pair of headphones here. Ignoring the noise-canceling issue, these have been by far the most reliable headphones I've ever owned. Definitely not worth it on price unless you really need to feel like Iron Man with the integrated Google Assistant. But as a product of Iron Man, I see myself getting the XM6s as a replacement for these if y'alls do a great job with liking and subscribing and sharing my content. Por favor. 3 years later, I can confidently recommend these headphones for anyone looking for premium wireless headphones. They are definitely durable. They sound fantastic. Noise cancelling is glorious when it's still working normally, and thanks to them having Google Assistant built in, they can take advantage of Android's refreshed Find My Device feature to track them when they're lost. They were ridiculously expensive at $350 when I got them, but they're still going strong 3 years later, which for me feels like they're worth the cash. What are your favorite headphones and why? Let's hear it in the comments. I'll see you soon.
Power off.